A few months ago, when the market was crashing, everyone said the bull market has ended and everything is going back down, and the bull market has ended entirely. But within the last few months, market has started picking up. BTC had a new all-time high. We crossed over $128,000. Ethereum almost at $4,000, and so many other coins. I can go to Coin Market Cap and I can show you right now. We are having kind of like Bitcoin $118,000, Ethereum 3,800, XRP $3.1, BNB got to 800 and something dollars, which is a new all-time high. Solana struggling a little bit, but currently sitting at $177. And yesterday we had kind of like a flush in the market. Some persons might call it a fake out or a manipulation, where market came back to somewhere around $115,000, and right now we are back to $118,000. So the question right now is, do we think the bull market is over, or we are still going to have a ride? Well, to answer your question first off, because I'm going to answer that in this video, we are still going to have a ride anyways, and I'm going to explain some of the reasons why I think the bull market is far from over. We're going to talk about all of that in this video. We're going to also look at predictions for the markets, why I think most of the coins are going to go in this year and maybe in this cycle. So all of that we're going to talk about. We're also going to look at meme coins and tell you what to think about the current market right now about meme coins. So if you actually like stuff like this, then it will be kind of you to actually like this video right now, and make sure you're subscribing to this channel. Have you subscribed to this channel? I want to remind you to do that. It's very, very important, because we have a target for 2025. So help us get there faster by clicking on that subscription bell right now. Have you done that? Okay, so let's get started. Before we get started officially, I'll start off with let's talk about our location and where you're joining this live right now. We're going to do that for the next 1 minute, 2 minutes actually, and then we are going to get started right away. That way we have every person that is supposed to join us right away. So for me, I am having this live from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. So go to the comment section right now, tell me where are you joining us from. I'll be reading them out one by one, so do well to write them. Okay, so we have David from Lagos. Welcome, David. I think I can also add music while this is going on. It's gonna make it kind of nice. So let me do that right now. I think I like this. Okay, so let's go to it. Echo Trade from Lagos. Nnamdi from Nigeria. Best from Benin City. Welcome, Best. The Great God from Ghana. Welcome. I thought about going to Ghana today. I had that thought for the first time in a long time. I don't know if I'm going to go there anyways. But let's see what's going to happen next very soon. Destiny from Ghana. Philip from Port Harcourt. Welcome. Umar from Kano. Johnson from Isialam, but no, that's Imo State. Chinaza from Lagos. So we have a lot of persons. A lot of persons are on the chat right now. Tunde from Oyo. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. And it's time to get started with the live for today. It is very, very important. Let's get started. Yeah, so let's get started right away. So I want to share my screen so you guys can see my screen right now. Sorry for the glitch. All right, so let me know if you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, go to the chat box and tell me I can see your screen so we can get started right away. If you can see my screen, just write I can see. Okay, I can. Yeah, Olufemi can see my screen. Oh, very good. So let's get started right away. Okay, so let's start off with going to the market. I'm going to start with Bitcoin, which is obviously um the king. All right, so let's look at the chart for Bitcoin. I think I want to use that of Coinbase. Okay, so I have these drawings here, which has been very, very old. And when we were having our lives previously, we used to talk about the market. I think somewhere around this point, yeah, earlier this last year, ending of last year and earlier this year, we used to talk about where we potentially see the market going in the coming months. And I told you guys that we're not going to exceed, I think like my target was like 80K or thereabout, but we had kind of like a retracement. And at the move, I actually had a life where I said, worst case scenario, I'm going to see Bitcoin get back to this area again, this region, which is 73K to 71K. And if you watch what happened right here, market was up here, and we had kind of like a move here. So we're kind of like in a downtrend from January. We're moving down till sometime in April. We came down beyond this point, and you can see we actually got to almost that region, which I actually marked out in our life. And what happened was shortly after we bounced off immediately. And on this very day, when when this thing actually occurred, I was very vocal about it on my Telegram channel, and that's why you have to join my Telegram channel. I said I'm going to be buying most of my coins right now, and I did share most of the coins I bought, which some of them I'm still holding up till now. Some of them I've taken profit, some of them I've cut my losses for them that have not moved up, and all of that. But that is why you have to be on my Telegram channel. So we had this moved up, and what you can see is for every time we have kind of like this retracement, if you watch this retracement right here, this was a 31% correction. After we had this correction, the next thing was we broke out beyond this region, which was the previous highs we had, and we broke out. And what you can see is we have slight retracement here, and we are trading higher than this particular region. So some persons are going to say they are going to sell. Some persons are saying they're going to sell in August or October or September, and then that will be the end of the bull market. Thing is, most persons are actually wrong about this bull market this season, and I'm going to talk why I think most persons are wrong about it. This period. Let's go to let's go to there's a chart I have here that I always used to track when the bull market is going to, how long it takes for the bull market to occur and stuff like that. Or I had this drawing there, so I just have to take this off because I think it happened already. Okay, so I'm going to go to the weekly time frame, and if you look at this chart right here, I'm going to try and make it quite bigger so you see it. So each of the time when I had this drawing was when we had Bitcoin halving. So this was the first Bitcoin halving, 2012, 2016, 2020, and 2024. I want to increase this a little more, and let's go to a more current. Let's analyze this properly. Now, during the 2016 bull market, I'm going to show you something so you understand follow through with what I'm doing. Okay, so let's speak out the date range. Now, what some persons are doing is from the Bitcoin halving, they draw this to the all-time high, and they'll tell you this actually took 518 days for Bitcoin to actually hit the all-time high after getting to the halving. Okay, so we have that, right? Now let's go over to the second Bitcoin halving. So the next one, this is the third Bitcoin halving. So for Bitcoin, we actually had an all-time high within 336 days, but slight retracement, and then another all-time high, which also took 546 days. Here we have 518 days. Here we have 546 days. Now, it's also similar number for this particular one here, almost 500 and something days. And what most persons were looking at for is that, look, it's going to take 518 days or an average of 500 days, let's say average of 500 and something days to have for Bitcoin to get to the all-time high. And what most persons were doing was they actually picked, they drew this line from there, from the Bitcoin halving, straight down, and this is 448 days. So let's drag this to 500, and this is 525 days. 518 days. This will be sometime in 22nd of September 2025. Some persons were of the notion that as of September, they would have started selling most of their holdings to exit the market. Now, the question now is, are they going to be right this time around? I personally don't think they're going to be right, because the market has actually changed, and the way you actually look at the market should be different. Most persons are looking at the market with the eyes of the 4-year circle. Some persons are saying the 4-year circles have been destroyed. I just want you guys to follow this properly so you understand what I'm saying in essence. Okay? Some persons are saying 4-year circle has been destroyed, and then Bitcoin would most likely exceed this period. That's September or October, when it gets to the all-time high, to the final all-time high, before it crashes back to start crashing for winter the bear market. Well, that is actually wrong, because if you measure kind of like the movement from each of these circles, you will discover that we had pretty much upside compared to what we've had so far here, and it's virtually far from over. There's also another picture I saw where it stated that the Bitcoin, the bull market is going to extend to 2026. What most persons do not know is, when is it going to be in 2026? Is it going to be in January? Is it going to be February? Is it going to be in December? So we really don't know when in 2026, and that is why it is important to watch videos like this to actually give you a glimpse of what you think might be happening in this bull market. Okay, so first off, I'm going to trash out that the bull market is not going to end here, because we have a lot of things that have changed in this circle. If I take you to let's go to BTC dominance. Okay, so I'm going to go to the weekly time frame. I have some drawings here already, so this is going to help us. This is going to help us to make it clearer. Now, if we look at this period here, let's look at last bull market. So we're going to start this from 2020. Now, as at 2020, you can see this was the previous bull market, right? Where for every of the circle, we have Bitcoin dominance, taking up most of the dominance, right? Now, when Bitcoin dominance drops to the lowest, this was the lowest point it got to. This was in 2018. This was when we had peak altcoin rally, where most of the altcoins ran really, really hard. Okay, now gradually as it's going down, altcoins are actually gaining momentum and moving up, right? So we had similar thing here, 2019, but 2021 bull market. If you watch what happened, we actually had a drop, and then down to when it actually bottomed was somewhere around. It came down to this point somewhere in May of 2021, had kind of like a little move, and it actually bottomed somewhere here. I think somewhere in 2022. What I want you to note is this region here where it came down to, right? This region, this first time it came down, This first time it came down was in May of 2021. If you go back here, look at the chart. This was May of 2021 when Bitcoin had its first all-time highs. Bitcoin the Bitcoin dominance was already down, right? And then it didn't. It simply tells you that altcoins were actually gaining momentum while all of this was happening, right? From this very big move from 2020 down there, altcoins were gaining momentum. If you look at this right here, when you factor in diminishing return, I know this is kind of like technical for some of you, but if you look right here, this is where, let's say, the Bitcoin dominance has stopped at 65%, right? Now, if you look right here, Bitcoin dominance is not even down to this lowest point. It doesn't have to come down here, but let's say come down to some point, let's say 40 or 43% or thereabout, for me to say, okay, Bitcoin dominance has actually bottomed or thereabout, or let's say it comes back to the same region, 39%. It hasn't done that. It's still trading way, way far. It will tell you that there is a lot of room in this market already. I can give you several indications why I think the bull market is not, we are not even in the proper bull market. So just having a rally where Bitcoin has moved up. Now we're having Ethereum has also moved up. XRP is moving. Solana is also crawling, and BNB is also moving. This is not the bull market. Most altcoins are still down from the all-time highs. Most altcoins are very, very down. I'm not saying some of these altcoins are going to come back to the all-time high, no. But many of them, you can see, have not even had any run. Just a few of these top coins here that have had kind of like a huge run. So when we have this drop down here, I wouldn't even wait for it to get down here, but like, let's say 45%, 40%, I would start exiting my altcoin position and converting most of my currencies to cash, because I presume that we are getting close to the end of the bull market, and that is when I will be converting most of my alts to cash. So I'm going to say again, this is not the end of the bull market. We are not going to end in September. We are going to have an extended rally that most likely we get to next year. Well, I really can't tell you when next year. And that is why we have to be very, very cautious going into next year. For now, I'm holding most of my bags, and I think I'm still holding most of them. I'm still going to hold them while I watch the market and I do some analysis, and I'm going to have some of these lives more often. So I actually share some of these things to tell you what I think about the market and all of that. So let's check out other indicators. I want to check out other things. So let's go to total. Right, so let's go to total, the total cryptocurrency market cap, and let's see what it's actually doing. If you see right here, I have a drawing that I'm looking at projecting that the market gets to $10 trillion. I think now I have a more conservative target to, let's say, $8 trillion. I recently came up to that. Yeah, but I'm not going to explain how that's going to. But what I want to look out for specifically is total 2 and total 3. And let's see, because some persons are thinking that altcoins are not going to move. It's just Bitcoin that has been moving. Well, I just want to tell you that that's actually wrong. And I also think altcoins are still going to have their move. They're going to have their move. So this is total cryptocurrency market cap, excluding BTC and ETH. And this was when we had that drop down in March, and then we started trading up right here. And this is just the beginning actually for altcoins. We've not even broken this last highs we had in November of 2024. We are still trading above it, below it. That's how many percent below it? Actually trading over 16% below the previous highs in November of 2024. And I think we are going to break this, and altcoins are going to rally really hard. When I pull out some of the figures, compare it with the previous bull market, I expect altcoins to probably move up to, let's say, $3 trillion to $5 trillion in this market. So $3 trillion from here will put the market somewhere around 200%. $5 trillion will be quite higher. I'm going to show you that. $5 trillion will put this market at 400% move from here. A more conservative target is $3 trillion, then kind of like a very high target is $4 trillion, is $5 trillion. Now imagine if $5 trillion extra. We are currently at $1 trillion, right? Imagine if an extra $4 trillion is entering the market. Most of the coins you are seeing are not going to do 10x. They're going to do crazy numbers. That's one thing you have to factor in. And that is why sometimes when people say this market is different, I just think most persons are not really patient. Because if you're patient about if you're patient about the market, I personally think they're going to move. But one thing I also want you to understand is why you should be patient about altcoins having their move in this circle. You should also factor in that not all of the coins are going to get back to their all-time highs, first of all. Not all the coins are going to do 10x. Not all of the coins are going to do 100x, just like we had in 2021. And this is not the time when you're going to sit, you fold your hands, and expect altcoins to pump to crazy heights. It's different now because when you look at the total number of coins we have, I think I don't know if it's 18 million coins we have right now. 18 million coins right now. I'm going to share all of these small $1 trillion we have. It's crazy. So most of them are not going to pump. And that is why you have to start looking at what category of coins do you think are going to have a move in this bull market. For me, number one, meme coins are still going to be here. Depending on the meme coins are going to be here. What other things are you going to look at? Are you looking at for AI coins? Are you looking at for gaming coins? Are you looking at for reward assets? Are you looking out for ICM? Are you looking out for decentralized science? There are so many narratives you can actually look out for. And then another thing you can also look out for is some of these layer ones. Solana, for instance. Where do I think Solana is going to go in this bull market? Probably like $350, $400. A more conservative move, $350 to like $400. And then maybe a more bullish move is going to be like $500. So how are you positioning for the coins you're holding for this bull market? Mind you, most of the coins are still very, very down. I'm going to give you a lot of examples here. I'm going to give some examples actually. Let's pick NIR for instance. Okay, I'm going to put this on. If you look at NIR, all-time high for NIR was $20. We're still sitting at $2.5. Moving up to $20, it's going to be almost a 9x, right? Why do you think NIR is going to go up by 9x? Mind you, its market cap is sitting at $3.2 billion. And if you want to calculate at this highs here, the market cap was barely the fully diluted valuation. The market cap here was somewhere around $11 billion. Right here was $10 billion. Okay. Now, if at this highest point here, if it has to from this $3 billion, if it goes to $11 billion, that's barely a 300% from here. 300% move from here is going to put us at 7.5 to like $8, which is not close to that. Now, you guys don't really calculate these things well, and that's why some of you make mistakes in terms of where you think a coin is going to go. Market cap is very important when you're calculating this. Market cap and fully diluted valuation. Right now, you can see there is at this current price of $2.5, the market cap is at $3.2 billion, right? And then the all-time high is 10x, almost 10x away. You can see it right here. All-time high is almost 10x away. If this has to move to 10x, that's when you get back to all-time high, right? Close to all-time high, above all-time high. That 10x of this is going to be $30 billion. Now, if you want to calculate, if you want to say, okay, what was the all-time high for this? This merely went to $11 billion at the all-time high, the previous all-time high in 2022 or 2021. It went to $11 billion as against $30 billion if this coin has to go to the all-time high. So it simply tells you that more of the supply has been unlocked, and that is why you won't be calculating most coins to get back to the all-time high easily like that. That's not the best way to calculate them. So I really hope this has actually changed the perspective as to how you actually calculate some of these things. I'm going to talk about meme coins because some of you are making reference to useless coin and some other coins that have been doing well. That's going to be the final phase of this live. So if you want to hear me talk about that, then stay tuned as we get into that. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, even though market cap has increased astronomically, most of these coins are oversold, like they are in their bottom. I can pick countless of these coins that are in their bottom. Let's check out MNT. MNT also is down. We can't see all of the charts because this is a more recent chart. But even with this one, it's still down. The all-time high, according to with MNT, is 1.5, but with the BIT token, I think is way higher. So, and then it's trading at $2.5 billion. This is just the top altcoins, right? The top ones in the top 100. I can go on and on to show you. Celestia, although have a couple of issues with the investors and some other things like that, but Celestia is sitting at almost all-time low. Look at the all-time high here, which is over a 10x for you to get to all-time high. Now, I'm not saying you should buy some of these coins I'm showing you. What I'm trying to say in essence is most of these coins here are oversold. And if you think it is done for altcoin market, I think it is not done. This is actually the right time to start looking at for what you should start investing in. Mind you, when you go back to Bitcoin dominance, you would actually see that we are having sort of like a break here. I'm going to show you that. So I already had this drawing. We have been tracking this with all of these things. For every move we are having, I actually track and then rule my lines and all of that. So Bitcoin dominance went up to 66%. Mind you, when Bitcoin dominance is going up, it simply means altcoins are not going to be doing well relative to Bitcoin, right? So I hope you understand that. So if Bitcoin dominance is going up, not just Bitcoin, the dominance is going up as against altcoins. At this point where it was sitting at 66%, it simply tells you that Bitcoin is holding 66% of the total value of the crypto market. Then the rest of the 34% is all allocated to Ethereum and other altcoins, right? Now we had this drop, and for the first time we had a low here. Now what did I expect? I expected that the market was going to come back and retest this area here and reject here. And if it does reject here, and that is what we actually had there, it did reject, came down, and it's coming back to this same region here. So if we have a rejection, I don't want you to break above this area here. If it have a rejection here, then most likely I'm expecting to go down. My next target is going to be somewhere around 58 to 55%. And then down here, 54%, you are going to target these lows. Imagine the market dropping. Some person just think Bitcoin dominance has to go down complete for them to make money. But this 11% gain for the altcoin market is going to add a lot of money into the altcoin market. That's what people don't really factor in. So some of these coins have moved up. Pendle, for instance, which is one coin that I've known for quite some years now, is also doing well. Oh, it's really doing well. All-time high is $7, so it's actually doing well. It had the double bottom here. I will call this a triple bottom 1, 2, 3, or more than that. Sometime in February, and since then it has been trending upward. I like the chart actually; it's doing really well. I commend their team for what they are doing with this. That's good. Okay, Pendle is at $4.4. All-time high. If you get back to all-time high, that's going to cross somewhere around $7.5, which is almost 100% from here. So, what should be your playbook right now? Look at some of these coins I've mentioned. These coins here are some of the altcoins, the major coins in the market, right? In the top 100. The thing is, in as much as the market remains bullish, or even let's say the market is not bearish at the moment, most of these coins are still going to go up higher. That's what I think. Irrespective, most of altcoins are still going to go higher. Again, if we have Bitcoin dominance going down, that's going to help us greatly. Okay, now most of these coins are going to go up, and short term, I think they are going to go up because right now I don't think they are kind of like bearish at the moment. Okay, we are not. The market is not really bearish at the moment. We are bullish, and there's a lot of catalysts why I think the market should go higher. I think they are going to have another rate cut in the next 2 months, which I think is also very bullish for the market. So you can choose to find your favorite cryptos here. I've taught several ways about how you can do research and all of that. You can find your favorite cryptos. You can start investing in some of them, especially the ones that are really down. It's not really about going down. you just have to factor in a lot of things. People that invested in it, and investors taking profit. Are they really building? What are they building exactly? Because some of these coins here are just here for being here. They're here because they've been in the market for a long time. Some of them do not even deserve to be at the top 100, to be sincere. Some of these coins do not make up to $10 million a year, but their valuation is sitting at billions of dollars. It's not really, I really don't think it's a good thing when a token or a project is not making as much revenue, but the token is up here. So there are some other coins that are in the top, let's say 500 or top 1000, that the revenue is way bigger than some of these coins here, but they're not high. So it's all depends. You just have to factor some of these things when you're making your own research. So there are a lot of coins even on this list here you can actually look out for. Look out for some of them and then start buying, holding your position. I would also encourage that you have something called dollar cost averaging this year. It is very, very important. Okay, so I have this year. It's going to help you very, very good. So I'm going to also come back to your questions. If you have questions, you can ask them in the chat box. I would read out some of your questions, but let's go over to narratives and trends. For me, some of the narrative I personally like at the moment. Number one is reward asset. It's okay. It's not, I don't know, market is not really performing really well in terms of utility and all of that. So some coins are moving, but like not all of them. But when you look right here, let's see some reward asset coins that are actually on my radar. Pendle is one on my radar. Market cap is $729 million. Okay. I still have other ones on my radar. This guy is finally dying. He's dying every day. It's crazy. It's crazy actually. It's crazy to see. It's dying every day. $253 million. I'm not even looking at it. It just go. Plum is actually building very well, but kind of like I really have to check their tokenomics to see their unlock schedule. But I do like Chinta AI, even though the price action has been very, very poor recently. I'm holding some bags in it, but like kind of like going down every day. Epic Chain, I also like Epic Chain. I did a video about Epic Chain and some of the reasons why I'm bullish on it. You can do also check out the video. I talked about dollar cost averaging in Epic Chain. I do like it. Okay. Radio RIO, I used to like this coin way back, but like I don't think I do like it so much recently. Even though I've not done my research about it, so I won't say much about it at the moment. So there are 3 coins on this list that I'm actually holding, not all of them, because I just want to focus on where I think most of the market is going to, when the market starts moving, they are going to have kind of like a move. Ondo, which is the leader in reward assets, sitting at almost $3 billion market cap. So I hope you know how to do your calculations before you start investing into some of them. So you can come here and pick some of your favorite. And Injective is doing well with what they are building. I think they are recently filing for ETFs. You might want to check it out. Although I'm not holding a bag, I just have to be sincere with you. I'm not holding a bag for Injective, but you want to check out what they're building and see if it's fine for you to hold it. These are like top coins in terms of that has high valuations and all of that. So you have to factor in that when you're investing. But let's go over to another category. I would like to check out. Let's check out gaming. I really don't like gaming because we've not had kind of like games that have disrupted this market. That's why I really don't. Most of the gaming coins are dead. Like they are down. Like I don't know. I don't think the market is appreciating gaming coins, but Superverse, I think I like Superverse a little, even though I'm not holding a bag. I'm currently not holding most of the gaming I'm not holding a lot of gaming tokens. I'm not sure I'm holding. Beam is also very good, sitting at $362 million. Just gonna check out. I used to like Illuvium before, but I don't know. It seems like everything just died, or like they're not ready to. They're not building again. Prime is also another good one, even though the unlock schedule. I have to check the unlock schedule to understand where they are going. Epic Chain is still under this. Um, few other coins that are here. Not a lot of coins here again. I do like so well. Not a lot of them. Market is just crazy to be sincere. Let's go to AI. Bitcoin obviously is the king. See, if you do not want to stress yourself over anything, let's say just want to hold an AI coin that you can have peace of mind, you can sleep, and you know that this bull market you're going to make profit, even though you're not going to make crazy profits. But let's say Bitcoin goes to $700 or $1,000 in this bull market, you just made yourself 100 to 200% profit, right? But you're going to sleep with peace of mind. That is one thing I can tell you. You can just invest in Bitcoin. So this is for someone that has big capital. It's not someone that's putting in $100 into Bitcoin. So like I don't know what you're looking at to make. So peace of mind, I'll just invest in Bitcoin and sleep. Other ones I like on this list, FET. FET is one I do like a lot, and yeah, I do like it a lot. Sitting at $1.6 billion. I'm not holding the bag actually, because most of the bag I'm holding are, let's say, coins between 100 to $500 million valuation. I'm not barely having coins that are up to 1.6 or over $1 billion valuation. Not a lot of them. I have one Solana, which kind of like I'm bullish on. Okay. The other ones that I think are doing really well under this thing, Zigchain. Zigchain is also a reward asset coin, sitting at $143 million. I'm still not holding a bag. I also like Vana, but their distribution, tokenomics, I also have to confirm that to see where I think he's gonna go. I'm holding a big bag of Destra, the Sync. I'm holding a big bag of it. It's currently one of my biggest bag. I'm not shielding my bag anyway, but I just want you to do your research. The Sync, maybe I will just check out Twitter and show some of you guys some of these things. And the reason why I like the Sync is the fact that they are generating what's the spelling? Destra. They are generating revenue, and part of their revenues are used to buy back their token. I'm going to show you some of them. Let's see the recent. So over here, this reward distribution, $243,000 in ETH live now. Their distribution is usually in ETH, which is very good. It's not in their token, because if it is in their token, people might dump it. So they're giving those rewards in ETH. Now, over $2 million has already been distributed to the Destra community in the past 5 months. Over $2 million has been distributed. Have that in mind. Where are they getting the money from? People are using their services, they're paying for their services, and that is where they're generating the revenue from. And from there, they are giving out to people holding their tokens. This circle, we're unlocking $248,000 for our stickers and nodes, 100% backed by revenue from Destra Enterprise Solutions. So this is for people that stake their token. Even though I'm not a fan of staking anymore, I don't stake my tokens. But I have my tokens, I have it, I didn't stake it anywhere. But what I'm saying is, these guys are generating revenue. For the past 5 months, they've been able to share $2 million. Simply means they're not going to give you everything they're going to generate, right? They could generate $5 million, or let's say $4 million, and then they share 50% of it. Or let's say they generate $3 million and they are giving out $2 million. They would obviously not share everything, because they have to pay staffs, they have to run operations and other things like that, right? But this simply tells that these guys are generating revenue. And more recently, because they were only doing that to people that they were holding their token, but recently, I think they made an announcement saying that they're going to start buying back their token. Oh, they did that. They just did that. I'm just seeing this for the first time. Oh, okay. Let me see. Let's see. They bought back the token and they burnt it. Really good. I'm gonna see. 10% of this round of revenue has been used to buy back and burn the token. So for every of the revenue they make, they use it to buy back, and they use 10% of it to buy back their token and burn the token, right? So let's say these guys in the next 5 months are going to make $3 million, for instance. They're using $300,000 to buy back the token and burn it. Simply helping the token itself. How many projects do you know are buying back their token? And it would most likely be more than $3 million in the next 5 months. Most likely to be higher than that. It could also be lower than that. But this is when they bought back the token. You can see the dead address they sent it to. How much token did they actually buy? I want to see total amount of tokens. This is not loading completely, so let me refresh it. So when a company is generating revenue, the good thing about that is one is not going to force them to dump their token to pay salaries or run operations of the business, which is very good. They're going to take from the revenue they are generating to actually run that, which is going to give their token kind of like a healthy room to actually grow instead of for every time it pumps a little team cells to pay staff, to pay this, to do that, which is absolutely very good. I want to see the total amount they actually burnt. $21,000. So it simply means they made that's somewhere around 200 and something thousand dollars they made, and then they used 10% to buy back and burn the token, which is fine. So I don't know dwell much about that, but Akem is also a very good one, even though they have kind of like a very big unlock schedule. But I have to check. That's why I have to tell you. Because I have to check each of them here. It's going to take us quite a long time. But let me show you what I mean by checking unlock schedule. So if you click on token unlock here, you will see when next they're going to have their token to be unlocked. Not showing. There's that spot here. Should show. If it's not showing, you can also use another platform to actually check it, which is unlock token unlock. Yeah, token unlock to check it very well. It's going to give you. But look at what it tells you that this is going to keep moving upward. So sometime, but they're not gonna. It's not going to be very huge. That's a good thing. It's just going to be 47%. It's currently at 44% is unlocked. So by the end of this year, and this is going to be August, 47%. That's extra 3% will be added. By December, it will be 52%. So extra 10% should be added before this year ends. You can do your math in regards to that. If extra 10% adds to this supply year, that's going to be extra $12 million added there. So this should put it at somewhere around $124 million as current market cap. Not really huge as much, but like you can do more research about that before investing. IO.net is actually a project that's building really well, but I still don't like the unlock schedule. There are a lot of tokens that are yet to be unlocked. ChainGPT, I think I like ChainGPT. It fits every category, and that's why I like it. I used to like AGI, but I don't know what happened to the coin, and I've not checked it for a very long time. Maybe this is the sign to check out AGI and see what is going on. Let's use this to check it. Let's see what's happening with the coin. The coin is freaking down. It doesn't have any movement at all. Wow. Okay. Can this be a good entry for us? Maybe we are seeing this on live. Let's see if they're still very much active on socials. So just posted recently, but I can't even remember what their project is all about again. I used to know them back 2022, 2023. I used to follow them so well then. I have to do further research anyways to see what's happening with AGI Delirium. But kind of like price is very, very down. And that's the same way we had INSP recently pop up recently. Yeah, INSP was also very down. Chart was almost looking like AGI chart, but we had this move here. I just want to show you that this move is actually huge. It looks very small here, but like this move is a 1000% move. Easy 1000%. So would that happen for AGI? I don't know. I really don't know. I can't tell you if that's going to happen. But what I can say is you can look at it very well and think if you think it's a good one to invest, you can actually invest in it. Nilion, he had some hype some time ago, but I don't know what happened. Supra, I like Supra too. They were having a lot of hype, but like they have unlock schedule, but I have to confirm that to see. Cast AI, another coin I like, but it's kind of like going down recently. Let me check the chart. Let's check the chart. Last year is after it had this huge run. it had this huge of almost 500%. It has actually retraced a lot since then. Let's put this on daily time frame. Yeah, I'm actually holding a bag for TAI. Yeah, I'm actually holding a bag for it, and this looks like, I'm going to call this a triple bottom. One, two, three. If this is a triple bottom, then most likely we are going to go higher. So we want this to actually hold. This is the first time it touched here, second time and third time. Most likely, I think chart looks kind of like something like this too. So if we break below this, then it's gonna be crazy. We are gonna be in a long ride down. But if we're able to have something like this, like we break above this and then retest the chart and then we'll continue upward, then it's gonna be proper bull market back for this, for AGI, at least for TI, at least to get back here. At this point here, we should have triple top because one, two, three. So we need to use force to break above this region before we start targeting other highs. This high here, somewhere around $0.2. That's kind of like a psychological level, and it's kind of like, it's also going to serve as a resistance. I'm going to draw these lines, and we might make reference to this in the future. Yeah, we might make reference to this in the future. Take note of that in case when I pull out this line. And then next, I would also expect somewhere around this region here. We had this region here served as kind of like it supports the gulf finally broken down. And then let's look at small regions where we should expect this. There's a lot of activities here, but like I think if it breaks here, then most likely we should see all-time high in the coming days. Price is down very much, but like let's see if we have triple top here, triple bottom here. Let's see if this is going to hold. If this holds, then we are going to go break above this. And then let's see if we're going to go way higher. At least back to this highs here. And then if we able to hold within this region, then most likely we should expect this to go to 0.2. I'm also seeing a region here which served as kind of like it supports here a couple of times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I even turn this to a rectangle, it would so we might have issues with let me draw this again. So I'm going to show what I mean. So let's say we're able to break above this and kind of like have a retest. So we might struggle here because this is kind of like it's going to be kind of like a resistance for it. So we might struggle here a little, but I expect that if we're able to break here with force, then most likely we have a retest here. Then we might target this region. And if we're unable to break this region, then we most likely will come down. If we're able to break it, then we continue the trend back here. So let's say we'll come down and be able to break it, and then we'll continue back here. We get to this region, and most likely it's going to come down here. It's going to really struggle within this region, but it's going to take a couple of weeks, couple of months for that to happen. A couple of weeks for that to see if it's going to break above this, depending on the sentiment in the market. But I also think we're also going to struggle here, and it's going to continue like that. So we might just struggle here, and then maybe finally break here and continue upwards. I'm not saying this is how it's going to go exactly, but what I'm saying in essence is I simply want this to hold. If it does not hold, then to be sincere, I'll just say see you back to these lows here, or maybe somewhere down. I don't know, but let me pull out Fibonacci retracement and let's also look at. We're sitting at 0. We've already broken the 0.6 region, so 0.7 region is not far from here, which is somewhere around 0.49. So if we don't hold here, then most likely we see a retest down here before we continue going up. I just hope it does hold here, because the momentum is going to be very, very bearish if this does not hold. So just let's look at that very well. I'm going to give you update with regards to that in my channel. Okay. So I think I've spoken so much. I want to talk about meme coins. I'm just going to let's talk a little bit about meme coins before we get to your questions and answer some of them. Meme coins doing some good numbers recently. Not all of them, just a few of them. I want to point out some of them that have been doing well. Just let's go in, for instance, has had a very good run. Let me change this for to. Let me change this. Sorry, to go back again. That's this. Still done. Okay. All-time high for meme coins was $127 billion. Right now, we're at $68 billion. Okay. So getting back to all-time high is going to be 100% from here. Okay. All right. So I wanted to see last 70, last 30 days. I don't know why this is not giving me that. But useless coin has been doing well the past 30 days. I would also like to check this out with test screener. And once it comes to meme coin, the best place to go and check it out is test screener, obviously. So you can see how far useless coin has performed. From $8 million, it ran to 370 million dollars. Had a retracement here, came back up to claim to get a higher highs. And right now we're having kind of like a low. And even though this is not, I'm not going to count this very much, but like we've broken below this low. We just have to be careful here. Has to be careful here. If not, we might start seeing a downtrend that will take us lower to this. And if we break below this, then most likely, if we break below this, then it's going to be very terrible for useless coin. But I really hope it continues going up, because that's going to be good for the bank fund ecosystem. Even though I'm not holding useless coin anyways, I'm not holding a bag for it. But yeah, run back to all-time high and even exceed it, or it's not gonna look very good for it in the coming days. So just have to keep an eyes on that. Yeah, but top meme coins. Altcoin has not also been doing well. Last 30 days down to 9%. It's crazy. But not just fat coin, many of the meme coins are not doing well. Just a few of them have been doing well. Even the useless coin is down 14% in the last 7 days. So most of the meme coins here are down. But let me filter this by the highest. Troll. I can't even tell you. I can't say why I did not buy Troll, because Troll was at $10 million when I saw it last month, right? And I was just like, is this shit dead or is still gonna have a run? Only to see that in the past few days, Troll has actually moved up. My goodness, I don't know what to tell you guys right now, because I looked at this, I was like, is this shit that's actually dead there, or is just no go back? Only for it to have this huge momentum upward. It's crazy sometimes. Anyways, I didn't hold it, but it's good for it. In just few days, it was able to change the trajectory of itself. Um, it, Pepper coin. This is not the right pepper coin. I don't think that's it. Vine has also had some good movement. Um, cat, Simon Cat. This cat here has also did some good numbers within the past 7 days. Even beyond that, it did some good numbers. So, which meme coin am I holding? That's one question some of you are gonna ask me. Which meme coin am I holding? Can I even share some of the meme coins I'm holding? I'm not really holding much meme coins at the moment. Let me check. Just a second while I check. Yeah, my screen. Well, not yeah, my screen, but like, um, well, I'm not holding some good meme coins that much. So I think maybe it's time for me to start buying meme coins, and then I'll probably do a video of meme coins I'm holding. Why the hell is artificial liquidity intelligence on that meme coins? It's crazy. when it's kind of like good, it had a little upside, a little, and then it's back to 29 million. Keyboard cat. So I might just do a list of meme coins I'll be holding for this bull market. I might start buying some of them. In the coming days, I'll buy some meme coins because I just checked most of the coins I'm holding is utility coin. Aside from one coin that is at 200 and something $1,000 market cap, which I really can't talk about because it's quite low. But like I'm not holding a lot of meme coins, and it's strange. How did I do that I didn't even notice? I like keyboard cards, but I'm gonna do a lot more research about it before I'll tell you if I'm gonna buy it. When I also like when. Yeah, but I'm just stay tuned. Make sure you're liking this video and subscribing to this channel if you really want to find out my list of meme coins I'll be holding for this bull market. Yeah, I'm going to personally do a video about that. Maybe next week after I'm done buying up some of the meme coins I want to hold, or yeah, before the end of by next month I'll do the video because we are actually this is the last day of this month. So I'll do a video. Expect the video next week or upper week. I'll tell you coins I'm holding. So yeah, sentiment is quite poor for meme coins now, but I just think things are going to come back up pretty soon and we'll start having these meme coins start running again. So let me go back, let me go to the comment section now and let's take some of your questions. Maybe in our next live, you guys, I'll probably do a live there. You want to tell me your favorite coin, and then I'll just do an analysis about it and tell you if I like it or not. Very soon I'm going to do that. Maybe next week. So I want to go through your comments, and someone said USDT, useless USDT, don't turn me useless. I don't know. Did you short it or something, or did you long it? Yeah, because I know the chart is kind of like down for it. Where is it? It's down a little bit, 14% in the past 7 days. I don't understand, but like someone say WMDR, Viva, Paragon, Bitcoin, PVS. So I'm actually holding all of the coins you talked about here. My favorite pick among them is PVS. PVS, Viva. Then I like them, but like I think I prefer PVS and Viva. There's one more coin in that category that I'm holding. Which one is that? I don't even remember. I think it's Viva. Yeah, I do like Viva a lot. I also like PVS, but sentiment around Believe Launchpad is down right now, and I think that's why I can't speak much about it. But maybe I'll also start doing a live, and if I see the momentum start picking up again, I'll start doing more live about ICM and tell you why. And tell you some of the things I think about it. But at the moment, I'm holding some of these coins you mentioned, even though they are really, really down. I'm down, but like, there's no crying in the casino, so I can't actually cry. Okay. Mr. Uchi, I want to see you face to face. I love in Uganda. Maybe I live in Uganda. Yeah, I was in Tanzania recently. I was also in Kenya. I'm not sure I'll be coming to Uganda soon. Maybe before the end of the year. I don't know. But I have some trips which will be outside Africa this year in the coming months, anyways. Yeah, I don't know if I still have African countries I'll be traveling to this year. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Someone is saying useless is going down. Yeah, useless coin is going down. It's having some retracement, but let's see if sentiment is if it's gonna be back again. So someone is asking, good afternoon, sir. What's the difference between altcoins and meme coins? So every meme coin is actually an altcoin. Every meme coin is actually an altcoin, but not all altcoin are meme coins. What do I mean? First of what is altcoin? Any coin that is not Bitcoin is an altcoin. Any altcoin that is not Bitcoin is an altcoin. So Ethereum, Solana, BNB, XRP, Cardano, and meme coins. All the meme coins in all of them are under altcoins, right? So what are meme coins? Meme coins are coins with no intrinsic value. They're just for fun, for laughter, or stuff like that. So we have some altcoins that are utility coins, like XRP, BNB and so many other ones like that. Meme coins sometimes are not utility coins. Many of meme coins are not utility coins. So I hope you understand the difference. So not meme coins are altcoins, but not all altcoins are meme coins. Right? Um Please explain DCA vividly. So let me explain what DCA means. Let's pick out. I'm going to pick out. Let's go to Trading View and let me explain what DCA means. Which coin should I use? Which coin should I use? Which coin? Let's use Keyboard Cat. Keycat. Let's use this. Okay, so let me explain what DCA means. Let's say you love this coin so much and you think it's going to do well in this bull market. Remember, this is just an example. I'm not saying it's going to do well or you're not going to do well. No. This is just an example. So let's say you love this coin and you think it's going to do well in this bull market. But you don't know, because it has moved up from here to this point and then it has slight retracement. You don't know if it's going to come lower, and you don't want to buy. Let's say you have $1,000, you don't want to buy everything, and then this ends up coming down a little bit before going up, because that way, imagine if you had waited for it to come down before you start buying in, and then it starts going up, then you'd have been in a major profit. So you buy here, and then it goes down a little and then starts. But you can also buy it starts going up from here. So how do you enter so you don't miss out on the rally, so you get the best entry point? Instead of throwing in all of your $1,000 here, what you're going to do is look for key regions. First of all, what I'm saying is this is actually a strong support for it, because this was the resistance over here, resistance here, and then finally broke above it, came down, support. So whenever a token is sitting on a support, whenever a token is sitting on a support and then it breaks the support down, that support simply turns to resistance. So this was a resistance for it. So whenever a resistance breaks, it simply turns to a support, vice versa. Here was a resistance, right? Resistance is simply whenever this coin comes here, it comes down, right? It comes here again, it comes down. So this region is actually holding it from going up, right? What did you see here? It finally broke here with momentum. So this region here automatically turns to support, right? Now let's see. What does it simply mean? Support is simply when it's coming down, this should be able to hold me not to go lower. I should just bounce up from there. What did you see? This came down. At this point, it touched this region and then started going up. Instantly. So this was a support for it. Now, one mistake people make is they just think support or resistance is simply just this line they are drawing. Support, you can actually use a rectangle, and sometimes it's even preferable to use a rectangle to draw a support and resistance. Support is not just this line down there, it's a region. So when you start drawing this as a region, as a rectangle, don't make your rectangle very big, make it small. But when you start having this as a region, as a rectangle, it's going to make it quite clearer for you to say, oh, this entire region here, if you look, what I did there was I had to let this touch this top here. You necessarily don't have to make it do that like that every time. Like I had to let it touch there, and I can even extend it a little bit upward. So, and then let me drag this upward too. Okay, so right now you can see this was the highest point it went to, and this was the lowest point, right? What did you notice? It came back and tapped in this region. So call it a region, don't call it a line. Don't just draw a line and say it's support or resistance. Most times that's going to it's going to limit you on what you can do. And then we went up back here. But what did you see? We broke down with momentum. Right here we broke up again, and then we're having a slight retracement. I'll still call these regions here, I'll still say it's kind of like a support region for it. I wouldn't necessarily say it is below the support region. I can extend it a little bit to accommodate this area here. The reason for that is this could also still serve as a support, except like we start having a breakdown that maybe probably going below this period, then I'll just say this is no longer a support. It's currently going to go lower. So let's say you're buying some coins here. Let's say you're throwing $500 here, and then what's your next target? If this coin comes down a little lower, you should be able to buy more, right? You target the next resistance area. So I'm seeing sort of like a little resistance here, even though it's not very, very clear. Yeah, but we have here rejected, here rejected, here rejected. So it's kind of like going to be a support for it when it comes down. So if it comes down at this region, I should be able to buy some coins again. Where should I target again? Maybe somewhere around there. Just target this region here. So for every time this thing comes down, I'll just buy. I'll buy some here. If it comes down, I buy. If it comes down, I buy. Now in a scenario whereby this thing does not come down to any of these points, it starts going up. You're up on profit, just that you didn't enter with the total amount of money you were supposed to enter with. And even if there's a clear breakout, let's say it breaks above this region and retests and holds here, you might want to go in with the rest of the money because now you're convinced that this is going to start going higher, right? And that's going to give you an average entry point somewhere around this area here. But you just imagine if it had to come lower, you're going to buy it here. If it comes lower, even somewhere around there, you could also buy. They just keep going down like that. You necessarily do not know where the bottom is going to be, and that is why you should DCA sometimes. So that I hope this explains your question. I wasn't sharing my screen. My goodness. How did I do that? So I'm gonna go back to what I did. So this was what I was looking at for. I'm gonna clean everything. Just take a few seconds. But I hope if you're listening to my explanation, you will totally understand what I'm saying. But this is where KickCat is. Let's say you have a conviction that KickCat is going to go higher. You can buy some here. If it comes down lower, you can look out to buy some here. And if it comes lower, you look to buy some here. That is actually what this year means. So you're not going in with all your money here, and then let's say a scenario where this thing comes down and then you don't have any money to buy again. So you can DCA and all of it. So I hope you understand that. Yeah. Sorry for missing my screen. All right. What do you think about Trump coin? So I think Trump coin is going to be here because obviously now Trump is the president. So there's no signs that it's going to go lower, except like they start selling their supplies when they get unlocked. But I think it's going to go higher in this bull market, even though I'm not going to hold any. I'm not going to hold a single one of it. I'm not going to hold it at all. But I think it's still going to go higher because there's no way meme coins are going to be moving up, and then the president of the United States of America has a coin, and then the coin is not going up. Except like Trump said he's tired of doing anything, and then. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I think it's going to go higher. From now to December, what coin do you think would make some moves that can give a minimum percentage of profit? So I don't know what's your percentage. Well, if you did follow us in the live from the beginning, you would see I mentioned some coins, top altcoins, the big ones that I think are not going to crash. They're not going to rug. Yeah, they're not going to rug, but like they're going to be here. But the profits level might not be as high as when you're betting on other coins too. What I would say is just follow me, and then I'll still make videos about coins I'm holding for this bull market. Aside from making a video about meme coins I'm holding for this bull market, I'm still going to do that. Okay. Let's go for more questions. What narrative will win in this bull run? To be sincere, nobody knows. Maybe a few persons knows, but it's not like a general knowledge right now. For now, everyone just think AI, gaming, reward asset. We might be surprised that stuff like dipping starts doing well, stuff like decentralized science starts doing well. So nobody can really tell. What I'm trying to do is to position from most of the narrative I think are top narrative. I'm holding a coin in AI. I'm holding some coins in real world asset. I'm holding some. Not sure I'm holding gaming coins anymore. I'm also holding some ICM coins. I'm holding some dipping coins. So like I'm spreading across different narratives just in case anyone starts pumping. Even DeFi could also be a thing. So meme coins, obviously, I actually like meme coins, and I'm still going to hold it no matter what. But it's changed, so you have to know how to trade it now. It's quite different. Okay, so let's go to more questions. So do we expect proper bull run around August, September, October, and thereabouts? I personally think yes. The answer is yes. For me, I think yes. It doesn't mean the bull market does not mean we are not going to have retracement. No, we are still going to have like kind of like retracement, but we are going to go higher. I think we are going to have that, especially for altcoins, because Bitcoin has had the major rally. If you guys know market circle, I want to show you guys I want to show you guys this picture. Just give me a second. I'll share my screen and show you guys a picture. Just a second while I get the image. Okay, so it's called money flow. Money flow in crypto. I'm going to share my screen right now. So look at this. This is money flow. This is how money flows in crypto. Money flows from fiat down to Bitcoin. And when the money flows to Bitcoin, what you simply have is Bitcoin will start running, right? And we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin has really run so much, right? And from there, money flows to large caps. This is wrong. I'm gonna get money. Let me get another image. Okay, so this is the right one I'm looking for here. There's the image. Okay, look at it. This is what I'm looking for. So money flows to Bitcoin, right? And then next, after Bitcoin, money flows to Ethereum. Whenever the money flows to Ethereum, you're going to start having Ethereum run. What did you see with Ethereum recently? ETH started running. The way Ethereum was running, everyone was surprised. Like it almost, I always have coins and everything in this chart. Ethereum is currently here, almost came back to all-time high, this all-time high here, which is $4,000. But I think the overall all-time high is 4,005 or 4,008. But almost broke beyond this. So if you're able to break beyond this region, this $4,000 region, then most likely we should start having ETH go target the next or the previous all-time high. So ETH has had a significant good move since 23rd of June. You can see ETH has almost done 100%, close to 100%. Crazy, right? So back to the money flow. Once money start flowing to Ethereum, Ethereum will start outperforming Bitcoin, and we can actually see that with ETH BTC slash BTC. ETH slash BTC. Okay, so this is it here. So you start seeing that from that period, ETH started going higher. Look at when we got to the bottom here. ETH has been outperforming Bitcoin. That is what it simply means. Okay. Now let's go back here. And after that, we are going to have large cap. Large cap, example XRP. XRP has been running like a madman recently. Surprising. XRP, and that run has actually placed it at the number 3 cryptocurrency all over the world, right? XRP is running. A few other ones are running too. BNB is also running. It got to 800 and something dollars. So Lana is the only one that have been kind of like slow. It's almost touched $200 recently. Some other ones, Cardano has been moving. Hype has also been moving. So money flows to large cap, but I think it is not done here yet. And then after money flows to large cap is done, then we are going to have the proper alt season. The alt season is when mid cap, small cap are going to start running. We've not gotten to this stage, so why are people scared? That is it marvels me sometimes. I understand that you're losing money, you're looking at your portfolio every day, it's going, but like when you look at this simple thing here, we are barely at this area here. We have not even completed this area here where we're going to have the next phase. This is going to be alt season. So why are you freaking out? I still don't know. I still don't know actually. But yeah, I personally think we are going to have a proper bull market. We are still far from bear market. To be sincere, I hope I'm wrong actually. What do you think about low cap at 100k? Yeah, the thing is, low cap at 100k is good for flipping. You flip and then you move on. To be sincere, most of them do not stand the test of time. So best way you can trade them is you take profits as they're going up and then you exit. Just a few times we have low cap pump like useless coin or troll coin that does go higher than millions in market cap. So you just have to be careful when you're trading. Not all of them are going to go as high as you think, but it all depends on narrative and all of that. Do you think wave will pump? Yeah, I personally think wave is going to pump. It's been long. I look at the chart. Let me check it out. Let me use this to do it. I like to check out Mexi charts because Mexi is like the first platform that lists some of these meme coins. So I already had this drawing where I expected that it's going to touch this area here, and it did touch it. And then after that, it went up, even though it didn't pull up a new high, which was very, very bad for it. If I have to extend this, wow. Yeah, I still think wave is going to go high. It's going to go high. Trading at, I think, like $1 billion, close to 900 something $1 million, almost $1 billion. So I think it's going to go high in this bull market. Moreover, this is like a very good region to buy. And let's pull out RSI, relative strength index, RSI. And on the daily time frame, it's actually on the oversold region. So it's kind of like a good area to start dollar cost averaging. And I'm looking at this here. We're gonna have a slight bounce from here. Let me also look at something. So we had a lower, this one came lower here. It's actually correct. Okay, so I don't know if it's gonna go lower, but I think it's still gonna do in this bull market. I might most likely check it out very well. Maybe a slight retracement down to like 0.7, or maybe it touches it and then have a double bottom, and then we start going higher. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I think it's gonna go high in this bull market. Obviously, it will. I wasn't sharing my screen. I wasn't sharing my screen again. My goodness. This was what I was looking at here. Definitely, I've cleaned out most of the things I actually drew. So I had this already. Sitting at this almost at the 0.7 region. So I expect it to move up, even though it didn't break this all-time high here, which is kind of going to restrain it when it starts going up high. But I think it's going to go in this bull market. Sorry for the times I didn't share my screen. Maybe I'll have to approach it from here. You skipped your. I think. What's your question? Can you ask it again, please? Instead, I skipped your question. Please, can you ask it again? Please, how do you secure a cold wallet? Simple. Don't log in your seed phrase in any of your wallet at all. Just leave it. Just write it down in a piece of paper or save it where you can save it offline. That is not online. Don't log it in to any account. Always interact with the device either with Bluetooth or with a USB code. That's the best way. Yeah, you didn't share your screen or clue. Yeah, you just have to come back again to it. Is when a good gamble for this bull run. So when I talked about, I said I actually like when, because one, they give us as airdrop free money. I've traded it a couple of times and made profit, but let me look at the charts officially for when. I've not looked at that for a long time. So when is not really doing well in terms of price action. I really can't tell you if it's going to, but I can't really I really can't promise anything in terms of where it can go. But I think this is low for when. I think it's going to go high. I mean, it might have some retracement. I wouldn't doubt that, but like this, I think there are tendencies that over the next few months it should go higher. It should go higher. Let me see. If we move up to this point, this is going to be 400% price appreciation. I don't know if that's going to happen. I really can't give you a guarantee, but like it's most likely going to happen. Yeah, 400% is not really high. Um, Apart from crypto, are you into forex? I'm not into forex. I'm just into crypto alone. Um, Maybe when we get to the bear market, I would start doing a little of forex. But for now, I'm focused on crypto. Sir, did you still think that with the remaining months left in this year, we will have an odd season? So I most likely think we're going to have an odd season. Um, this year, I really can't tell when it's going to start. But like, we are going to have proper odd season in the coming months. Let's say next 1 to 2 months. Most likely, I'm looking at 2 months. Next 2 months, which is going to be this is July, August, September, which is going to be September, or maybe October, because that's going to be when we are going to have the next FOMC meeting. So I think that's when they are going to cut rate, and if they cut rate, then I think that's going to spiral all season. Although we could start having all start moving before even that time. So I just think we are gonna have all season, which is going to extend beyond next year, beyond this year. Is futures trading a form of gambling? No. Yes. I don't know what's the best answer I can give for that, but I don't think it's kind of like gambling. In a way, when you explain it, you're using this one to make higher money. It looks like gambling, but like with calculated risk and everything, I think it's not gambling. It's not the best explanation for that. People are gonna have different point of view to that. Yeah. If you don't know what you're doing, then you're obviously gambling. Because most gamblers don't know that what they're doing. Yeah, actually the business right now. What do you think about uh, what, uh, pump? I think they're losing their market share to Bonk Fund. But let's look at Chatter Pump. Chart is not looking very good at all. It's not looking very good. It depends on several factors. Well, there are more chances. It's actually oversold. Uh, RSI. Let me see. This RSI is not going to give us the best indicator. So it's actually oversold at the moment. I think it's going to go high, but I don't like it. I don't like I don't hate pump. I don't hate pump actually, but I just think it's gonna go. It's gonna move up. It's gonna move up depending on several factors. If pump.one actually reclaims in one position as the launch pad, yeah, depends on that actually. What do you think about Bonk Baby? I don't know. I've never seen that baby Bonk. I've not seen that before, so I really can't tell much about that. And I don't like to buy derivatives most times. Um, I don't know, kind of like it's kind of like it feels abandoned or something. Yeah, it's down, 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 down. I don't know. I can't say much about it. I have to check, do a lot of research to find out. How do you research a coin before trading on spot and futures? I've done several videos about that. I would appreciate if you check those videos. Please, I have been banned from your group chat. Um, okay, I'm gonna put out a message on the group chat. If you were banned, then you just send your just say hi to to that page, and it's to be able to add you back. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Hope I remember. AI16Z. Let's check out AI16Z. Let's look at the chat. Sitting at the support, like it's down so much, and this is kind of like a support for it. Is this right? AI16Z. I don't know. Let me check. I'm coming. Let me confirm with my market cap. Most times you have um, on 6Z, yeah. What is this one here? Still at $147 million market cap. Okay. Wow. Pretty down. Let me see that tweet. This is the AI16Z. Why is it linking to this? Kind of bad. I know AI16Z on Twitter is quite different. So I'm surprised. Let me see. I think that's the right coin actually. So it's pretty down. Currently oversold. Like where is it gonna go from here? Bottomless pit. I don't know, but like there are more chances it goes up than goes lower. That's what I think at this range. But I didn't like that. I searched their page and then it brought me here. But let me use their screener for benefit of doubt. And let's see if it's gonna give us the right Twitter account. Suspended. I think that is why it happened. So have you been able to get another account? I have to do more research to find out. So I think that's why the sentiment is bad because the Twitter account here is linking to something different, here is linking to something different. I don't know. I might just keep it at the moment. Can you talk about eyes? Um eyes. It's been long I checked out eyes. It's been long I checked out eyes. So let me see. So I like to open up Mexi whenever I'm doing this because most coins most coins would first of all be listed on Mexi before any other one, except this is perpetual, so I'll just leave that. Let's see OKX. I think OKX is at the same time. Speaking of recently, this had a double bottom here, so we should most likely expect it to get to 0.8 region zone pretty soon. And if it's able to break it, then we might see it come back to this area here. So I think we can still have slight retracement somewhere around 0.9, but like it might not be very strong. And it's actually gaining momentum. I think it's gonna go higher. And if you look at the chart, it feels like I'm gonna put it on smaller time frame. Let's see. It feels like we had a clean breakout here. Even though I'm not holding it backward, this is just my honest. Seems like we had the breakout here, and then we had the retest also. Look at the retest here. It retested and then continued upward. So we're going to see here. We're going to most likely come back to this area here. It's not 100% guaranteed, though, so you don't hold me. But like this is what I think. Come back here, and if we're able to break above it, then we are going to continue higher. So let's see something like this, or it might come back here and just continue down here for some time, or even start coming back down. It depends, or it breaks above it, above that line, and then retest this area here, and continue upwards. So most likely any of them is possible, but yeah, be on the look. I think it's very bullish at the moment, but I'm not. If I'm not holding it back, I'm not going to buy it now because that's obviously done what it's expected to do. That's obviously started moving up, and that's not going to give me the best entry point. And I think this chart is kind of like perfect. Whenever you see kind of like a breakout, double bottom breakout or triple bottom or something, then breakout retest. That's the best time to buy some of these coins. You're holding them at a region where they start moving up instantly. What happened to AI 160? I really can't tell. I have to do a deep research about it because it's been long I talked about it. You're not clear about the answer about how to secure a cold wallet. So let me explain that a little bit more. First off, for you to secure a cold wallet, your seed phrase should only be backed up on a piece of paper or written down somewhere. You don't have to back it up online. Some of you go back up your account in your Gmail. It's wrong, but I wouldn't say some persons do not know where to keep it, so they keep it there. Depends actually, but what I want to say is for your cold wallet, I guess what you're asking about cold wallet simply means you know what cold wallet is all about, right? I'm trying to see this video for me. For your cold wallet, I guess. So, number one, do not back it up online. Number two, do not log that cold wallet to either Phantom wallet. Like, don't put the seed phrase in your Phantom or MetaMask. Don't plug it in. The only way you should be able to access it is connect it to. Just simply, what you're going to do is simply connect it using either Bluetooth or what's it called, or your USB. That's the only thing you use to connect it. Do not put in the seed phrase in either Phantom or this thing. Only connect it using a device, your USB cord or a Bluetooth. That way, your seed phrase is not backed up in that mobile device. So in case your system gets compromised, they won't have access to it, right? That's two ways you can actually protect it. That's two ways. And then be cautious of malicious links you're clicking. And the final thing I would say is whenever you're with your device, always cross-check. Because when I use my own, once I'm doing a transaction, I used to cross-check to see that, okay, this is my wallet. I'm sending it from my wallet to another wallet. I'm seeing the transaction very well before I'm going to click confirm. If I'm not seeing confirm, if I'm not seeing that clearly, I'm not going to do confirm. Because sometimes they might hack your device and try to authorize transaction. They want you to authorize that transaction. So the moment you authorize it, that transaction goes through. Maybe the money and leaves your wallet and all of that. So I hope you're able to understand that very well. I've taken a lot of questions, but I think I'm just going to take this few more and then that will be all. I wanted to spend 1 hour 30 minutes already. You think Shiba Inu will do in this bull run? Obviously, it's going to still move. It's going to move in this bull run. What do you think about ENA? I think I like ENA, but I'm not holding it. What do you think about Vino? Vino is a meme coin, right? I used to know Vino before, but I really can't tell. Holding it anyways. Well, I don't know. Oh, it's doing well anyways. It's doing well. Okay. This is the right one. I don't know. Maybe it has a lot of liquidity pools. Let me check. It feels like dead because the volume is kind of like shit. 51k, 31, 13k. Doesn't have a lot of volume again, like before. I don't know what to say. Feels dead. Feels like something that's almost dying. I don't know, except like it gets revived. Let me also see their Twitter page. Well, there's no volume, no interest again, so much for it. They tweeted 29th, which is today, which is just 2 days ago. Oh, okay. They're still tweeting, but I don't know. So I think the token is also trading on Bybit. So maybe that's where they have most of their volume, because sometimes on the DEX side of it, you might not have a lot of volume. That's actually correct, because you can see they are doing $1.4 million. But if you check it very well, most of the volume is coming from Gates.io. You can see, but if you go to the DEX, the DEXs are not having some good volume, $51,000, $11,000, $4,000. So it's not having good volume, but so it's still pretty much alive, since most of the volume is coming from centralized exchange, which is still fine. Yeah. It's although it's pretty much down. So maybe there are signs that it's gonna go higher anyways. I don't know. I won't tell you for 100%. I won't tell you 100%. It's 100% guaranteed that it's gonna go up, but like I think it's gonna go up. I think it's gonna go up. Here was kind of like a good support to buy at 9 million. So I think it's gonna go up. That's the much I can say about it. I'm not holding it anyway. Please, I still bullish on Mockcoin. Yeah. For some of you that don't know about Mockcoin, I called Mockcoin at $2.5 million. Kind of, it's one coin that makes me really happy when people tells me they made money from it, but it also makes me sad because I did not hold as long as most people, and most persons were coming to thank me. Sir, thank you for giving me this coin. I made my first 4 or 5 figures from Mockcoin. For me, that gave the coin, I sold way early. But anyways, I'm excited that you guys made money from it. Let me look at this chart. Higher lows. I expect it to go higher. It goes higher from here, so I expect it to go higher. In this bull market, it should most likely exceed this area. Not guaranteed, but most likely it could happen. There are more chances that it's going to happen. Yeah, as if the team are still there anyways. They don't end up rugging the token. Okay. Someone said, do airdrop again now. Everyone to turn happy forex. Nice one. But it's crazy anyways, because there's never a time where I've been doing only airdrops. There's never a time where I've been doing only airdrops. I've always been active in meme coins, futures, but like that is why most persons like my content, because I don't just do airdrop. Buy this, do this, do that, do this airdrop. No, if you check my page, I've always been everywhere. So I don't think I, I don't think this stands actually. Yeah, and I've not been talking much about airdrops recently, and that's because airdrops have not been doing well. I only talk about things I do, and some of the things I do are influenced by a few things I like, and things my community people like. So I know my community people they still like airdrop, but I'm not talking much about it because I really don't want to talk about something that some of the things where you end up doing 10 airdrop, only one would do, and you're not even getting break even. Oh, there are a lot of reasons why I just reduce talking about airdrops. But I would say one thing: if you don't have capital, airdrop is still your route. Airdrop and jobs are still the route you can use to get capital for yourself. Nobody's going to hand you money until you start trading. You're going to get it from airdrops, or you start looking for jobs and then make money from there, start investing in crypto. So, yeah, I think that's it. How long does it take someone to learn TA and get good? It depends. You can learn TA in 2 weeks, but you can learn TA in 1 week. That's crazy. You can learn it in 1 year. You can learn it in 6 months. But the thing is, after you're done learning, that's not where it ends. So you start trading. When you start trading is where you learn it the most, because that is when you're investing your money. You are facing this. You're having the real emotions inside that trade. Then now everything you've learned in TA will start coming out. You start knowing if those times where you draw lines and say this thing will go here, and then now you're putting your money inside of it, and you're gonna tell if it's gonna go there. So TA, you can learn it anytime. You can learn it in 1 year, you can learn it in 2 months, you can learn it in 1 week. You can even learn everything. If you have someone that's teaching you right now, you can learn everything in 2 days. But that's not where TA ends. Where it's actually where it evolves to the next level, which is practicing what you've learned, maybe from a demo account. Demo account really does not have much to do with emotions. Until you start funding your real account, putting in money and then trading it, that's when you can actually say um, that you're good with, that you've become very good with TA. If not, because you can draw lines does not mean you're good with TA. Obviously, your stuff might be playing out, but you taking the trade, you actually wait for your TP to happen, you wait for your SL, or do you just close at intervals? So you get to find out when you start um, trading it at the long run. How can you find profitable coins to invest in? I've done videos about that. I think you can check it. What do you think about Ponke? I think it's good. I don't know where Ponke is. It used to be very very hyped previously, but I don't know where it is at the moment. How do I buy cold wallet? You can actually buy Ledger Nano wallet. I have my link, but I don't want to share my link. If you want to buy it, because there are a lot of scam websites, I want you to get to the right website. Go to their Twitter account, get to Twitter, search for Ledger. Look at this one here. Look at this one here. Because I'm very particular with it. This is Ledger. They have 665,000 followers. Click on their link. It's going to take you to the website to buy it. From here, you can pick the one you want. Do you want this one? This one is 453,000 naira, 700 something thousand naira. This is the one I use, Ledger Nano X, 271,000. I think the price has come down. I don't know. Then there's still this one. So depending on the one you want, you can go for the one. But this is the one I use. I'm not saying you can use this one. You can only use this one. You can use any one, depending on how much you're willing to spend on the device. But for me, I just think this is going to serve me. Why do I want to spend 700k the device? Yeah, so that's just it. What do you think about Moonwell? To be sincere, no longer I checked Moonwell, but I used to see it on Twitter a lot previously. This has actually turned out to be a question and answer. I wanted this question and answer to be in another life. Moonwell, volume $4 million. It's pretty down, but like I don't know. I think it's gonna go higher. I've not done the research about it in a long time. So, what do you think about Zeus? I don't know Zeus coin. I don't know it. Please take please take us more to trenches. I will try as much as possible. I don't know the question of trenches you're talking about, but I'll try as much as possible to start sharing some of the coins I'm buying. So I think this is where I'm gonna end the live. Thank you so much, guys. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, I think you're not doing good by not subscribing to our channel. Please, please and please subscribe to our channel, please. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot more we're gonna have a lot more lives going forward. I'm back, so we're gonna have a lot more lives. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. I really hope this is worthwhile. Let's do this again next week.